Welcome, everyone, to this brand new edition of 5 Round MMA. My name is Alex Ramirez, alongside my co-host, Albert Tito. Thank you all for tuning in this week, whether you be listening to us on audio format, on Apple Podcasts, Podomatic, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, or media or music, wherever they have a podcast section there. Wherever you get your audio podcasts, we are available. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys' time. Give us your time, your ears. Hopefully we don't piss too many people off this week with some hot takes this week.
I'm trying to piss everybody off today.
In the world of professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. Albert, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Right off the bat, what I want to bring up is a couple of podcasts ago, I remember we were talking about how MLB doesn't really get their fan base and they don't really whatever.
Yes.
I have never, and I know I might get some heat for it, seen Dream of Fields.
Field of Dreams.
Or Field. There you go. There you go.
Can't even say.
There you go. I have never seen it.
With the great actor Costner Kevin, right?
So I never seen it, but checking it out like on TV, like it was amazing. Like the detail they put into that stadium, and even having something like what they had blew me away. And I think this is a big progress for baseball to now really make it more fan excitement and interaction, because I feel like they were out of all the major leagues, they were the ones kind of didn't really get their fan base, and I think this helps a lot. And I want to see more stuff like this, even more from baseball. I don't know how they can do a Sandlot stadium, but that would be dope though.
The different arenas, that'd be kind of cool. A Sandlot kind of. I think I heard somewhere that the average age of the baseball fans, like in their mid to late 50s. So Field of Dreams obviously was targeted to them. I think they did a poll of all the all the White Sox and Yankees players, if they've even seen Field of Dreams, and more than half the players, because they're all under 30, said no.
Okay, so
they're from the.
So I don't feel too bad.
Or they're from the Dominican Republic, or if they don't. Like, what the hell's that? So it's like, even for the players, it wasn't. But it was something different. It was something cool, and it really reminded me to what the NHL was doing a few years ago with those outdoor stadiums.
Oh yeah.
Like that. You need something like that just to kind of spice things up, especially
break
in
up the monogamy
in August. Like I said, it's the dog days of August. It's a grind. Either some teams are out of it now and they're just going through the motions, or some teams are making that playoff push. So I think something like this, especially in August, right after the All-Star break in July, keeps it fresh, keeps people talking about MLB. I liked it. The game itself was amazing. Yeah. Walk-off homer for the White Sox. I like it. I think it's something they can do every year. They're just going to return it next year, I think, and it's cool. It's you need those hits on social media, right? Oh, look at this, is cool. They had the players walking through the cornfield. I think it was Aaron Judge had two pieces of corn in his back pocket, so it's kind of cool. It's stuff you kind of saw. So
you got the old scoreboard up there.
Yeah,
too.
I like it. And obviously,
cool.
MLB has tons of franchises who are over 100 years old. Those legends, those legend franchises: the Dodgers, Cardinals, Tigers, Red Sox. You can even throw back at the Washington Senators and Washington Nationals. So I think there's a plethora of teams they could choose from. I mean, I don't think y'all want to see the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Rockies in the Field of Dreams match, but I heard somebody suggest that maybe next year it should be the Brooklyn Dodgers versus the New York Giants.
Ooh,
New York
Giants.
Like that. Would that be cool?
I like that, yeah.
So I'm all for it, man. I like it. I think I did see the game. It was cool. Even if you're not a fan of Field of Dreams, like you said, it's something different.
Yeah.
It's cool. And I think now I think it was either on the Peacock Network or something like that. They had Field of Dreams. You could watch it now. So if you haven't seen it, it's probably available in some of the streaming formats. Not my favorite baseball movie at all. I don't think it's even Kevin Costner's best baseball movie. I like.
There's no way that's Kevin Costner's best film, because it's Waterworld. Everybody knows that.
It's Waterworld. I like Bull Durham, and I actually like for the Love of the Game, where he's like an aging Tigers. Yeah. I like that one better because Vince Scully does a play-by-play. Yeah. So that's a cool one. But what were we gonna say?
Before I forget about baseball, I was going to bring up the slide that was heard around the world. Tell me that was one of the greatest slides you ever seen in your life.
Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Dude,
silky smooth.
My buddy Art, he found a video where they do it backwards. Man, it looks even better backwards, bro.
I know, we're sticking on baseball here, but a lot of fans were worried about Trey Turner coming and taking Corey Seager's spot.
Hey, you got to start getting ready.
When you're that smooth. Does that make you feel better? That
slide? No, it does. But I mean, I'm a big Corey fan, so I'm in the fence with it, bro. I'm in the fence. I want the kid to stay healthy. I want him to do good. I want him to get paid.
But that slide kind of helped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you seen the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I have seen it.
I have not seen it yet. Your thoughts on it really quick. Because I've been hearing two things. Either it's great or it's horrible. I've not heard anything in the middle.
At the end of the day, DC has dug themselves a pretty deep hole, I think. I think they really, really buried themselves throughout the years when they had all the opportunity in the world to catch up to Marvel. This was a step up.
Okay.
They're getting out of the hole. It was very James Gunn. If you're a James Gunn fan, it was very James Gunn. Pretty much whatever made Guardians of the Galaxy good is what he implemented in Suicide Squad, which I'm not mad at because I just want, at the end of the day, a good DC movie, and it was a good DC movie. But you can literally take the formula of Guardians of the Galaxy, it's inside Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and I think people, like, if you see James Gunn's other projects that are not Guardians of the Galaxy, it's very, Guardians of the Galaxy is his kind of character and his personality, but with that Disney filter.
Yeah.
But he is kind of vulgar. He is kind of bloody.
Yeah, so
and I heard that Suicide Squad is
so
like
just
that.
take that filter out, and it's the same. Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, people can go back and see his old tweets, what got him in trouble in the first place.
Yeah.
Where his sense of humor is at, and the type of movies he's made and produced.
And it's
before.
it's all over the film. So this is a big step up. Is it a home run? No, not one bit. But I think because it was lacking that star potential that I think a lot of people know DC for. I know they kept Harley Quinn, which is probably the biggest name recognition you saw.
As far as merchandise, too.
Yeah, but that was about it. Everybody else, they had to really dig into the comics to really know who they are.
How about, well, this is a wrestling podcast, Mr. Cena. How do you do? Your honest opinion.
Honestly, he did a really good job. I'm a Cena hater. He had me laughing. He did his part. Bautista still did it better, though, bro. Bautista still did it better. Does it get hyped
for the Pacemaker series coming to HBO Max?
No, yeah. Crazy as it sounds, John Cena is the perfect person to play Peacemaker, because if you know the story of Peacemaker and what he represents, it's John Cena, bro. Like it's like a reality. Well, it's not really reality, but it's reality mimicking art. Yeah, whatever. All that whole thing. It's funny because his John Cena character is Peacemaker, bro.
I just find it so ridiculous that every time I see him out now promoting this movie, he's wearing that costume.
Hey,
like it's completely normal.
You gotta milk it, bro. You gotta milk. You
gotta live the gimmick.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I get cast in a Marvel movie, I don't care if I'm freaking Roachman. I don't care if I'm Roachman. You know, best believe I'm gonna be Roachman wherever I'm going to a grocery store dressed as Roachman.
Like if The Rock was dressed as a Scorpion King, like when he was promoting like the Mummy the first time ago, like how ridiculous that would look.
Well, he's doing a DC character,
Black Adam.
Yeah. So.
But John Cena looks happy, so I mean, all for it. I need to check out. I haven't checked it out yet.
I think Roman got him on that promo though.
He did. So this week's show, we got lots to talk about.
We haven't even started round number one.
We got some boxing news. We got some different, maybe possibly formatting changes for the UFC. Maybe they could borrow from not one of the competitors, but from a different MMA organization. I was going to talk about his theory on that. And we got a lot to talk about in the world of professional wrestling. Rampage, AEW Rampage debut, talk about the debut show, and also talk about this Forbidden Door and what happened to it, and is it still going on, or what could be possibly going on now with AEW, New Japan, and Impact Wrestling working together, and if it's kind of gotten a little stale, or if there's a breath of fresh air coming into it too, and we'll also preview WWE's Summer Spectacular, Summerslam. But let's get started with round number one. Why don't we? Here, let me get this timer started right now. It was reported last week that Anderson Silva will take on Tito Ortiz in an 8-round boxing exhibition match on September 11th as the co-main event for Vitor Belfort versus Oscar De La Hoya. It's Triller again. I don't know how they're doing it, man, but they're piquing my interest. Piquing my interest.
At the end of the day, isn't that what matters?
Yes,
and that's why as soon as I heard this,
your initial reactions. Please.
Yeah, it's always the same when it comes to these Triller bouts. I'm like, what? And then I'm quickly like, I'll buy it. Hey, look, listen.
You have been, for as long as I've known you and you've been watching MMA, Anderson Silva has been your guy.
Yeah.
Since like day one.
I have been a huge Silva mark since day one. So I am still hyped up that he has such a good performance against Chavez Jr. I get it. We didn't get the best version of Chavez Jr. It's really hard to motivate that kid, but I don't know what the hell's going to motivate that kid.
Like a different conversation.
That's a whole different conversation. The point is, he looked extremely good against a professional boxer with a professional record. Not 0-2, not 1-1, not 3-1. A professional record who has had a world title, who has fought world champions, looked super good. And at the end of the day, that kind of keeps the steam rolling in this whole MMA boxing thing. Anderson Silva kind of saved it, to tell you the truth, because Ben Askren almost buried it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited just to see him continue his boxing career. And on top of that, it's just, to me, it's cherry on top that he might just piece up the heel that is Tito Ortiz.
And Tito Ortiz.
I mean, Tito Ortiz, if he's on a mission to become the number one heel, he's on the right track.
Yeah.
The guy is a scumbag, if I ever saw one. He goes and tries to cheat the people of the OC by trying to double dip, taking a welfare check while still getting paid as city council member. I don't know what. And then, obviously he does the whole Trump thing that it's an easy heel pop right there. So he's clearly on his way. He beat my boy Alberto Del Rio. So
yeah, I know.
So he's going on a tremendous heel run. So I am excited to see Anderson Silva piece him up, bro. And I really do hope that he pieces him up.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, okay, it's cool. Anderson Silva still boxing. It's not the name so we threw out last time was a former boxer. I know you think maybe Roy Jones Jr. was out there, but
I still want to see that match.
Yeah,
too.
and it's still. I think this is still a legitimate challenge for Anderson Silva. We all know, going back to the MMA careers, Anderson Silva is a better stand-up fighter than Tito. Tito's more of a ground and pound guy. But the thing, and I've disliked Tito since day one, since back in UFC. I've disliked the dude.
Just keep it real.
I've
Since
never
he
liked the dude.
disrespected Ken Shamrock.
I've never rooted for. I've never once rooted for the guy. I don't get his appeal to anybody at all. I don't, and the whole fact that what he did at Huntington Beach and ran for council and got it and still clicked unemployment. Again, beside the point. Yeah, okay. But one thing you can't give Tito, you have to give Tito credit for, is when he's healthy, he does train and he does show up for a fight.
Yeah.
So hopefully he is healthy and he shows up and he trains, and this is gonna be a good fight. Whether it be, I'm hoping Anderson Silva pieces him up, like you said. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of got me intrigued. This isn't like somebody who is Cesar Chavez, who has a history of not really training, kind of having his heart half into it. This could be the first really test for Anderson Silva as far as a straight up boxing match, and I like it. I think
it's going to be a good fight. I don't think it's the one we need to see. We need to see the Roy Jones Jr. fight, to tell you the truth, and it would show a lot. Because one, Roy Jones Jr. looked good against Mike Tyson, which shocked me. I didn't think it was going to be that competitive. And two, if Anderson Silva can keep this ball moving and taking big names like that, I mean, you went from a boxing guy, now a big MMA guy, and if he can go back to a boxing guy, he puts himself in a really good position. I mean, dare I say, like an actual current world champion? Maybe, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I would love to see Anderson Silva do this last run again. I've been a huge fan, so just to see him being competitive is what I enjoy seeing. When they're not competitive is when it's scary and what the fun's over.
And it also proves you that you don't have to go into bare knuckle boxing.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, please. Yeah.
There's either
you can be legitimate.
And then we also without announcing today too, we'd be remiss, is Jacare Souza announced his retirement.
Oh yeah.
From MMA. He said he's going to go back to jiu-jitsu, though. That's his first love of sport. There's so many grappling tournaments now he can go out to, Submission Underground. So, you don't have to go to bare knuckle.
Yeah. I mean, if you
want to, go ahead, but, you don't have to do that.
Ever since we got our sponsor, Wildbar, I've been on my Fight TV. It's all a bunch of jiu-jitsu stuff, flow grappling. Dude, I'm falling in love with the sport. And that excites me. There's other avenues. And a guy like him going into jiu-jitsu again, I mean, there's so much matchups he can do with him now.
Or even to keep going from promotion to promotion, which would have been sad, right? All of a sudden, he get cut from the UFC, then I'm going to go somewhere else and just, continue to diminish the record. So this is good to see these.
I like it.
Just because they're done in their prime doesn't mean they're done. Mm-hmm. Right, I like this. So hopefully, like you said, Anderson Silva pieces apart Tito Ortiz, and that's the last.
And my boy Oscar De La Hoya is going to piece apart Vitor Belfort.
When we come closer,
Canelo, you better be watching, bro. You better be watching, bro.
We'll have to dig into this card a little longer, man. It's legit. So that's it for round number one. We're going to come back, and I'm just going to spit some his theories he has on what the UFC can do to get the people more hype for those 10 to 15 ranked fighters, and also maybe rightfully get these people who are number one contenders, in the fans in the eyes of the fans, and actually a legit title shot for the championship. So coming up next,
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 2. I just want to remind everybody that today's show is brought to you by Foxhound Fuel and Wildbar. With Foxhound Fuel, train hard, stay sharp with not 1, not 2, but 3 workout formulas. They have a ready workout, a pre-workout formula. They have a hydration during workout formula and a recovery post-workout formula. All 3 powders either put together or you use one of each will help you achieve your goals. They're refreshing, clean tasting, natural, all natural ingredients. They no jittery feelings. Albert, talk about your use with the recovery.
First off, we have an awesome article up on our website.
Albert talks about your...
I talk about my little road there. But real quick, I will shoot from the hip real quick. When you're in that 30-plus region, it's super hard to just stay fit, right? I have kids. I have work. Just to find time. We're taking everything. Just to find time is hard. But then, come on. And there's 1,000 people out there that can relate to me. And then when you find time, how hard is it to really put in work knowing what you got to deal with afterwards? I mean, I still have to run around with the kids. I still have tons of other stuff to do. And I know I'm cheating myself when I get the workout. I know it. I mean, I'm not putting in the work because I know what I got to deal with the next day. Mm-hmm. So luckily we got sponsored by Foxhound Fuel. And I mean, when I find the time, man, I hit it hard, bro, because this recovery is giving me a fresh breath.
I'll let you do that.
And I'm a just put it on record, bro, because Alex has known me like practically my whole adult life, right? I was scrawny before, and then I was fat. I was never really fit. I kid you not. I think a year from now, I'm going to be in the best shape I've ever been in my whole life.
Who in your mid-30s? Look at that.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm marking it down. Timestamp this.
I think it's going to be the best I've ever felt, looked, and that's saying a lot because I haven't really done much in like 30 years, bro.
So if everybody goes to 5roundmma.com, we have an awesome review, and Albert kind of goes through his transformation just in the few short months of using Foxhound Fuel to help your workouts. So go to foxhoundfuel.com to get yourself some. Use promo code 5MMA for 25% off your order. That's foxhoundfuel.com. And again, check out the review of the products at 5roundmma.com.
And if you're a fan of the show, like all we're asking is go do the free the free sample pack
at Foxhound Fuel. Yep.
Tell them 5Round MMA sent you. Just try the free pack. Can you do us a favor? Just try the free pack. Yeah. We're not even telling you to buy anything yet. Try the free pack. See what you like, and then I know you're gonna like one of them. And then you go use our promo. And then you go and use our promo code 5Round MMA.
5MMA.
5, the number 5 MMA, and you get yourself what 25% off. Dude, come on.
Yep.
So if you're just a fan of the show, just hit the free sample thing. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, and Albert, you said too one of the problems you had too was snacking in between your meals, right? Good thing we have Wildbar. Wildbar.co. Please visit wildbar.co and get your hands on awesome, natural, paleo-friendly, vegan-friendly, no refined sugars, non-GMO, gluten-free, made with all natural ingredients, nutrition bars. It's not protein bars. It's nutrition bars made with ingredients you can pronounce. Tastes great. Cherry, pineapple, blueberry. Albert ate the whole box already.
Yeah. So I'm going to place my order this week.
Use promo code 5RoundMMA15 for 15% off your order.
Best believe I'm going to use that.
At wildbar.co.
And then you know how I'm using this? After my workout, because I'm trying not to eat too late. This is what I have after my post-workout because it helps.
Makes you feel full.
Yeah, exactly.
It has just a bunch of great ingredients.
The hardest fight is that snacking, but dude, once it gets like late at night, dude, I don't know what it is. I just want to be chowing down.
You're like a gremlin.
Yeah, this thing curves it. So
don't feed Albert after midnight.
Hey, no, please don't.
So foxhoundfuel.com, promo code 5MMA, wildbar.co, promo code 5RoundMMA15. Thank you to both of them. Round number 2, Albert, the PFL, which airs on ESPN, has the format that Bellator used to have, the tournament format. Each season, quote unquote season, is a tournament.
A different weight class.
For PFL, I think they get a title shot or just they win money. They win money, right? $1 million.
Yeah,
if you win
at the end of the final, whatever is for $1 million, and I think it's for, and then you get like a title shot, or I think it's for the title.
Yeah, and the old Bellator format was each season would be a tournament, and that whatever weight class it was, that tournament winner gets a title shot at the current champion. And then when Scott Coker came over, the new ownership, they completely got rid of that. They did the kind of circus fights a little bit, and then they started doing the Grand Prix, and now it's a mix of both, right? It's a Grand Prix every once in a while, and then just whatever fights make sense in Bellator, money wise, which is okay. It's what the UFC does. But you kind of said that maybe the UFC should adopt the PFL format and get some notoriety on there instead of the Ultimate Fighter, right?
Yeah. So
spit your theory. I like this.
My crazy thought process is, and I got this from watching the last Fight Night, which was a little bit lackluster to tell you the truth, and I didn't know why I should be invested in these fighters. And how, if you're a new fan, how do I know where they fit in the scheme of the UFC, right? And I thought about it. You know what? Instead of having the Fight Nights, they should just do like PFL does. Pick a weight class. We're going to do that season, and each fight night, it's going to be that season. So the way they do is they actually have like where the fighters fight each other, and you get points, and from there you get rankings, and then thus you move on to the playoffs. You go through the playoffs, you win the $1 million thing, and it's in UFC can make it a guarantee title shot plus $1 million. So there's so many stuff that's beneficial here. One, you get invested in the fighters, and you get to see them a lot. If they can stay healthy and go through just the first leg of the tournament of the season, you get to know the fighters. You get to see them in action, and then you're going to get to see the best of the best. You might even get a rematch from within the season in playoffs. So let's say someone had a good fight, and the other guy won. You're like, dude, I think they should need there might be a chance to run it back in playoffs.
I think also visually too, brackets look cool.
Yeah, brackets just look cool. Yeah,
so
you're right.
Even if you're like, oh, this guy's ranked number 7, this guy's ranked number 10, so they're fighting. Okay, what does that really mean in the division? And who's who's we all argue about who's making the rankings in the UFC because sometimes they don't make sense at all. You can't really hide from a tournament style, right? It's usually the best fighter wins, or whoever had the best fight that night, they advance to the bracket during the bracket. I like it. I think it'll shine some attention to those number 10 to 15 guys, or maybe 10 to 20 who are ranked, and then top 10s will be top 10 no matter what, and top 5 is gonna be top 5. But in the meantime, you need the other guys where they're really fighting for.
And the other thing I like about it too was you could get someone as hyped as Sean O'Malley, put him in it. If people do the hype isn't real, put him in through this tournament mode, and not only
he wins it all,
you continue the hype, but at the end of it, he has had so many fights. He's seasoned enough to then face the champion, right? So, or you get someone that's like Rory McDonald, who, does he still have it? You throw him in the tournament, and you'll find out if he still has it.
Yeah.
He's going to go through the same brutal tournament, and then if he makes it to the end, he still has it, right?
Yeah.
If he makes the semifinals, the guy still has steam to his name. So there's a lot of beneficial things that you can do, even besides making new stars. And then on top of that, the whole thing about fighter pay, if you do a $1 million bonus guarantee, if you're a new fighter, you potentially can make $1 million, right? What are you going to complain? You can't complain about the 20 and 20. You're going to get $1 million if you want the money. There's only one way to get it. You got to get to the finals.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I think about my boy Leon Edwards getting freaking sidelined this whole time
because he's not popular enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't have enough
so let's say you take a Leon Edwards who keeps getting looked over. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm going to do something that you can't deny me. I put myself into the tournament. I win the tournament. There is no way you deny me. Yeah. And not only does
numbers don't lie.
Not only does it build up steam for Edwards, that's an awesome
selling point.
Yeah.
Then a fighter who's not marketable becomes marketable because they won the tournament.
Exactly. And then you get $1 million on the way there. Come on, bro.
I like it.
I really do think UFC should really look into this PFL style and kind of add it to Ultimate Fighter-ish kind of thing. Because I do think there's a lot of value to it.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially with when there's this UFC contract with the ESPN where they got to make a certain amount of cards, and sometimes we get the Uriah Hall versus a Strickland, which was a number, I think Strickland wasn't even in the top 10 yet, and Uriah was right on the verge of a top 10 or even top 10. What does that really mean? If it's a tournament format, I like it, and they can have multiple tournaments going on at once. I think it works.
Yeah.
And like you said,
it just opens up more opportunities. And then I'm not saying the tournament's the only thing. This is like a bonus thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still book your Izzy versus whoever you want, Robert Whittaker. There's no reason for Robert Whittaker to go to a tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave those top 5, top 10 guys alone. They're already established.
This is just like a bonus thing. So you can elevate more fighters, keep fighters relevant, and at the same time, you got a clear person ready to go.
I like it. All right, that's it for round number 2. We're going to switch gears, talk about some professional wrestling. We're going to get our reactions and recap.
This must be a 2-hour episode.
AEW Rampage, the debut show, coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 3. We're switching gears, talking about the world of professional wrestling. AEW debuted their new Friday night show, AEW Rampage, which was going to air Fridays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
After SmackDown, because they don't want to acknowledge the big dog Roman Reigns on TNT. So it's going to be Wednesday night Dynamite, and then Friday night Rampage. I'm going to be the heel in this round. Mm-hmm.
I like AEW. I was there. Okay. I was there with you with Double or Nothing.
Yep.
I have AEW shirts. I'm a mark for Kenny Omega. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm gonna kind of criticize AEW the way fans usually criticize WWE, because we gotta be fair, right?
Yeah.
We gotta be fair. I criticize W all the time. So, my thoughts and reactions to AEW Rampage. 1, this is a different show. Why is it the same stage setup? Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I want a different stage for each show.
Mm-hmm.
2. Why did Christian Cage beat Kenny Omega for the Impact title?
There's bigger issues than that.
And then
with that.
3, why did Tony Khan come out, give an awkward hug to Sammy Guevara, and completely extinguish the heat that Miro got over beating Fuego del Sol, tearing up his contract, just for right after that, Sammy Guevara comes out and cuts his awkward promo. Oh, here's your contract anyways. And the main event, I can't talk. That was good. It was a good main event.
Yeah, it was a hell of a main event.
So those are my issues with AEW Rampage. Other than that, great show. I don't
what you
want
think
it.
about the hour long?
I like it. Okay. I like it. Give it to me. It's an hour long. It's Friday night. Maybe I got some plans to do. Let me watch it. Let me get out.
Yeah.
I like it. So I think other than that, give me some stage different. Give me different lighting, bro, or something like that. And then I don't know why they booked that, but then also like, why are you burying? You're just completely. There's no heat now in Miro. Other than that, so your rebuttal, please, sir.
So real quick, the one thing I've always criticized AEW is the production value. Again, we go back to the same story. I think is the production value. It kind of pisses me off. You're right. There's no way around it. The stage should have been different. At least
the ring ropes or something.
At least put fucking lightning bolts or something. Yeah. I don't know. Something had to look a little bit different.
At least Raw's blue, NXT's yellow, SmackDown's blue. I mean, Raw's red, yellow for NXT, and then SmackDown's blue.
On the stage. Just, I don't know. It just kind of like excites it more. It gives it a new look, a new flavor, you know? So I really do hope in the next Rampage, we do see a change. Maybe for some reason they didn't have enough time to change it or whatnot. But either way, it doesn't. It goes back to AEW needs to bump up their production value. Like seriously, like if they're in the brink of competing, and if they don't get their production value stuff settled, they're gonna look like jabronis. So hopefully they fix that. Before I get back to the whole Christian Cage thing. So I know that's a bigger one. So AEW has like a very unique storytelling method right now. Some of it is being told on Being the Elite on the YouTube channel. And now Sammy Guevara has a YouTube channel, and there's also a storyline going on there. That's where Fuego del Sol.
You can't expect me to watch it, dude.
Yeah.
I watch what's on. So you can't expect me to invest too much investment.
This is where I feel like they kind of messed up. There's some angles in the show where I feel like it should make their way to Dynamite, Rampage, or whatever. But maybe there's some stuff you should keep on the channel and not let it bleed through. So the reason why Fuego del Sol to me didn't work was because, like you said, you took the heat off of Miro, which I thought was like very
ripped up the contract. Get out of here. You're a jabroni. I'm God's favorite champion.
Yeah, it's a critical thing that Miro's doing this run. And I feel like what they could have done is go back to YouTube channel and do the Fuego del Sol thing. Like, you know what, bro? You still get, and then it kind of protects Tony Khan's character because Tony Khan's only really been coming out on Impact.
Which it's such an awkward hug.
Yeah, so
nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah,
at the live crowd.
They should have kept it more YouTube channel just because I feel they did lose the heat on Miro. So I am upset over that too. But I like the whole aspect that you have to watch the whole thing to understand it.
I don't like that.
Just because, like, that's the whole thing with Marvel. Like, if you don't read the comics, you're not going to get this.
No.
If you don't
they don't
watch
do that.
this. I mean, you got
The cinematic universe is completely different
yeah, but
from
to really get the whole
the
picture,
comics.
you got to do the whole media.
They'll do Easter eggs here too, but like, hey, if I don't know what the
That's right. Maybe the Easter egg was too on your face, but there should be some in there. You get me? To kind of like intrigue the person to see more.
Then promote it. Then say, hey, watch Sammy Guevara's YouTube vlog.
Yeah.
Watch Being the Elite. I've never seen once them promote that on.
And that's
if I'm expected to watch it to understand it all, then tell me to watch it.
Maybe it's one of those things that they want you to discover. I don't know. The point is, it wasn't subtle. It was too much on your face. And before the round ends, I want to tag on to the first. I had no problem with Christian winning the Impact title. I felt like it takes a little bit of the load off Kenny. Kenny's has been reported to have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And he does need a lighter schedule. And Kenny can win that back at any time.
Yeah, but
it's there. What really cheesed me off was Impact has all the steam in the world. You get Christian Cage back, and then you're going to give him Brian Myers, bro.
We'll talk about. But okay, Kenny's supposed to be your biggest heel in the company, right?
Yeah.
And he loses. Doesn't look clean, but he loses, but not the world championship, and he loses to a former WWE guy. It's like the first person to pin Kenny Omega should have been Hangman Page.
Yes.
And now where did that go? It's just kind of like
that's right, but it's for the Impact Championship.
But it's still an AEW star, so you can't do that. You can't make up. They're making up these rules as they go along. So, and again, I'm a Kenny Mark, but I gotta be fair, man.
The match was.
I gotta criticize him.
Look, the match was still good.
Oh, yeah, it's still a great match.
I still feel like it was meant more to take some of the load off of Kenny, and I need my Kenny healthy.
I'm sorry, Impact has such a horrible. Impact has. They're on the road 50. They're on the road 350 days of the year. I'm sorry. Yeah.
They literally do like 6 episodes on one day.
Yeah. But I'm excited for Rampage. I like to
say if I want an immediate change, it's just the stage setup.
Yeah, make it feel like a different show.
Other than that, I'm okay. I will still tread water.
Yeah, and just
change that.
And don't expect me to watch this YouTube stuff. And if
you want the whole picture,
then tell me to watch it. Then promote it.
Log on.
No, I'm sorry. If it's not good enough for TNT or TBS, I'm not wasting my time on it. So that's it for round number. Was it 3? Yeah, 3. So we're going to take a small break, and we're going to do some pretty big topics coming up next. More than likely, talk about where is the forbidden door? How wide is it open? Ooh. Is it shutting down? Is it locked? Is it sealed? Where is this forbidden door at now? Especially with the Christian Cage now the Impact Championship. So don't go anywhere. Coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 4 here. Albert,
real quick, bro.
Yeah.
We got to start the Patreon because I'm telling you, off camera is just as high as on camera. and you guys got to pay for that, though.
Yeah. You want $2.99 for all the access, all the hot takes? Let us know if you're willing to pay $2.99 or maybe $1.99 for a month. I don't know. Forbidden Door. Real quick before what happened in New Japan recently, what was your opinion? Was it wide open? Was it halfway shut?
I feel like
closed and locked and they threw away the key?
It was open when it was beneficial for all the companies.
Uh-huh.
And it's half open when it's kind of like iffy. And it's completely closed when it comes to what the fans really want.
Yeah. I haven't got any dream matchups lately.
Yeah. I'm the only thing that...
I'm sorry, but Lance Archer versus Tanahashi wasn't really on my... Yeah. But it was a great match, but still, it wasn't on my wish list.
The only one I got was, Moose versus Kenny, which... was always was always like a dream match, but you haven't seen the matchups you kind of envision in your head
when it's like
when
door,
they say
right?
the forbidden door is open. So that's why it's open when it's beneficial. It's half open when it's kind of like I don't know, man.
We got Andrade versus Kenny this past Saturday.
But then when it's for the fans, I think it's completely closed.
Yeah. So the true heavyweight champion, Will Ospreay, returned New Japan. And he said, I'm kicking down this door, man. It's wide open. I have never should have been stripped of my championship. He looks to be cleared. I mean, dude had a broken neck almost. Now he's back. This dude's a freak of nature. Will Ospreay, who's arguably probably the best wrestler in the world right now, he definitely was before he got hurt. Now he's back. I don't know what his limitations are or what, but he said, I'm kicking the door open. I'm coming to New Japan Strong, which films in America. taking all comers, man. So what do you think?
Man.
And with,
Again, this excites me, but the door better get pushed wide open for this. I mean, there is so much potential good matchups to do here. And honestly, I wouldn't even, again, my dream match is still Kenny versus Ibushi one day. And
for all the gold.
For all the gold.
Yeah.
But I'm fine if we have some kind of like little sample here.
Yeah, but
and have Will Ospreay not just win back his New Japan title, right? But go and become the Impact champion and then try to compete with Kenny on who's really going to get all the gold.
Yeah.
I don't mind if we get a little sample size.
But now, I mean, we're talking about the Forbidden Door and they're sharing talent. And I think the Guerrillas of Destiny actually squared off against the Good Brothers, which is exciting. But then New Japan sends over Jay White to Impact, and they've done nothing with him.
Yeah. That Impact, I'm over them. I gave them a chance, and they had my eyes, and they just keep dropping the ball.
I don't know what's wrong with the Impact.
You get Jay
booking.
White, I don't give a... You put Jay White against anybody, I don't give a...
Yeah. And now we have, I mean, John Moxley squared off against Tanahashi after Tanahashi's now the new United States champion. But, I mean, so they drop it to Lance Archer just to drop it to Tanahashi again. So that matchup, I guess, is going to be set up for there. But, like I said, it's a lot of teases. And I'm hoping it's because the pandemic is going on. And, like, it's a lot of pause and starts because, you know, travel restrictions are going on. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're kind of putting things in place slowly for when people are either more vaccinated or health restrictions get lifted more, then we can have these big shows.
And I honestly believe that. I honestly,
maybe that's what it is. I hope that's what it is.
I honestly do believe all three companies have a big timeline, like the MCU. I think they have it, but they have to keep working around until this whole COVID situation pans out, and then they can really give you the game plan they had. But they've been doing audibles this whole time, and it feels like audibles.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it does. If you kind of go like, it doesn't really make any sense. There's no really grand scheme other than like they're just okay. Well, they're sharing talent, but it's not really
the matchups we want.
Yeah,
the storylines we want.
Yeah, and then Kenny. I mean, Christian Cage becoming Impact champion. I would just keep it on Kenny, man. Because Christian's not going to do anything unless he's going to drop it to an Impact star.
Oh, he's dropping it for sure.
But then again, like,
and it better not be to Brian Myers.
It's going to be
if he drops it, Brian Myers, I'm going to lose my shit.
It would have meant more for Impact to have Kenny drop it.
Yeah,
Kenny put over somebody else other than a 45-plus-old or 40-year-old former WWE star.
Yeah,
who was once in the company.
But
Christian Cage was a former.
He is an Impact legend.
He was there for like the first chance he got. He bailed. It was not like it was like Kurt Angle.
I mean, he still stapled his name.
But then Impact. He came back into what became ECW champion in WWE, or became like a one-time world heavyweight champion. So it's not like he had the biggest legacy in Impact or TNA at the time. So I think it would have just kept it on Kenny. Like you said, if it was for Impact because they need it. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you guys going on the road again or what? Like, I don't see it at all. Like, if Moose beats up Christian Cage, does it mean any more than he? What does it mean? It meant more if you beat Kenny.
Moose still needs a push, though. You know that.
And then beating Christian Cage, what does that do?
I mean, it sets up a stronger case. If Moose beats Christian, right? It sets up Kenny versus Christian for Kenny to get it back, or even Will Ospreay throwing his name in there and somehow trying to go for
Eddie Edwards, Sammy Callahan, Moose, or anybody else of those top Impact stars. Okay, that's about it. Them beating Christian means a lot less than them beating Kenny.
I agree, but I would not. I can care less about Edwards. I can care less about Sammy Callahan. The poor man's Kevin Owens. The only one I care about is Moose.
Yeah.
The rest, it doesn't. I don't care if they beat a 50-year-old Big Show.
So they just kept it on Kenny, and you see this Canadian Mafia taking over. I don't like it. You see Scott D'Amore, Don Callis, and Kenny all doing favors for
hot right now,
all doing favors for each other.
Canadians
I don't like it. I don't like this Canadian Mafia taking over.
Well, you gotta tell one of these Americans to step it up, bro.
True, that's very true. But we'll see. Like you said, maybe it's a big picture thing, and then apparently, like you said, the first challenger for for Christian Cage is Brandon Myers. So apparently, Matt Cordova's too busy a game changer.
What a drop there.
That's it for round number 4. Whew, that was a long round. We got one more round coming up. We're gonna preview WWE SummerSlam 2021 coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back, 5th and final round. WWE Summer Spectacular SummerSlam 2021 takes place this Saturday on August 21st in Las Vegas, Nevada, in front of a live audience.
I could have went. I got offered tickets. I declined.
Yes.
Because I was hoping for Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and I'll gladly pay money to see that. John Cena, I'll watch it on TV.
Well, it's the Summer Spectacular. They wanted to go all out, have it as big card as possible, but obviously with stuff going on, the Delta variant, I think they kind of pulled back a little bit and to say, you know what, we'll still save it when people feel more peace of mind. I still think it's gonna be a good crowd. It's gonna be a hot crowd, as they say here.
Yeah, I think the West Coast is an underrated crowd.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the East Coast gets all the best stuff, but the West Coast fans are if not equivalent to a Chicago.
They're just as hungry, and we're just as smart out here too. There's plenty of smarks out here.
Yep.
Last I checked, Dave Meltzer's from the West Coast. The daddy of all smarks. Uncle Dave is from San Jose. So I don't know why we don't get enough love out here, but it's all Philadelphia, and New York, and Chicago.
That's all you hear.
Yeah. Anyway, so SummerSlam 2021. Ralph, before we start, any matches you're off the top of your head you want to kind of see?
There's no highlights, to tell you the truth, because there's a lot of interesting matches, but nothing where I'm like, like before, like there've been other matches where I'm like, or other events where I really want to see a key matchup. There's no key matchups here.
Yeah,
they're interesting. Like this first one, the one we got queued up here with there's a backstory, but there hasn't been enough to me to get invested. I understand the whole timeline of this match. But
there was Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal.
Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. I forget people are listening. But yeah, it's an interesting matchup, especially to see them where they're at in their career. They made leaps and bounds when it comes to their physical appearance, but also their in-ring abilities.
Yeah,
so it is an interesting matchup, but I'm not invested because there hasn't been enough time put in, I feel, into this story.
Yeah, and also strictly too from like an in-ring thing, I'm not too sure they'll have great chemistry together in the ring. I kind of feel this might be a clunky match. I don't think it's going to be as smooth as it probably should be. So I'm hoping it will be good, but I don't think it will be. Like, I think it's going to end up being kind of clunky and awkward. And let's kind of go up Damian Priest again versus Sheamus.
I'm interested to see this matchup. I'm interested to see how they work when they're given a little bit more time and a little bit more movesets. But I'm not invested into the story, nor am I invested into this matchup.
Well,
but it is an interesting matchup.
It was really just thrown together. So last I checked,
they did something about they both had the same like kick, the similar finish,
a bro kick,
yeah.
But last I remember, I was more invested in when Sheamus was beating up on Humberto Carrillo and Ricochet. That was cool to me. Like, I would have rather seen like a 3-way that, or like,
by the way,
or 2-on-1. That would be kind of cool.
My boy Ricochet, are they just trying to destroy him? Why does he have jeans on, bro?
I don't know. He keeps switching his ring gear, but I was more invested in that. This was kind of thrown together. I get it. Damian Priest, they want to be a star.
It's still an interesting matchup.
So, I mean, again, is it going to be great? I don't know, but we'll see.
I'll put him in the same category as the one you said. It could come out clunky.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you want it. My boy Seth Rollins has to be in the pay-per-view, though.
He does.
He does.
And
no lie, this makes sense because, in a way, Seth needs a
look at Edge really quick. He looks like a homeless man. They're putting that guy on TV. He looks like a homeless man.
But I mean,
nothing about his look says a WWE superstar to me.
It's a good contrast.
He looks like a homeless man.
You got there's a good contrast here. You got
the Messiah of Monday night.
Yeah, against a former guy that was supposed to be in the same position as
What'd
Seth
you
Rollins.
say there? What'd you say there? Without even thinking about it, a former guy, just some guy, not a former superstar, not a former WWE. The first thing that came out of your Edge was a former guy. That's what he. Look at this guy.
I'm so interested to see the match. I want to see honestly, I want to see how Seth Rollins is going to make this work. And
you know
what I'm saying?
If you're a fan of Seth Rollins, you can see how great he is.
I'm interested in the match.
Against former guy Edge. I'm gonna put that as title, former guy Edge.
Again, and then now we got the women's championship match, which I know it's going to be a killer. It's Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. I know it's going to be a killer match, but
live up to the first one.
But that's why I saw such a good first one that, and then again, there's not enough to build this. There's a lot of stuff here that I feel like they could have built it up a little bit better.
They should have gone with Sasha being the good guy or the baby face for a couple more weeks. But she came back, she saved, and then like she was she like that turn was all within one episode. Wouldn't have you liked it better if they maybe wrestled a couple tag matches and kind of drawn it out a little bit?
Yeah. So again, that's why. But of course, I know for a fact it's going to be probably the best match in the whole card. But
it's almost like if it's a too bad that WWE does so many rematches that they can't do like the UFC does and say, hey, this is Diaz versus McGregor 2. Imagine like on that poster how great that looked. Banks versus Blair 2.
Yeah.
No, because they're gonna wrestle Paul back 50 more times before the year's over. So it's like, imagine the promotional. This is the second time because the first match was so good they got to do it again. But no, they'll probably wrestle on Unforgiven or Hell in a Cell or whatever. But there's so much wasted opportunity.
Yeah, and I feel Bianca Blair is the one to put your money in. Yeah. I think the girl's a superstar and the mega star in the making.
Yeah.
Real quick, round it up real quick. We got the tag team belts. We've seen this matchup. Again, not invested. Not enough story there for me.
Yeah.
And then I could care less. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. Not gonna watch it. It's gonna be Botchamania. You know what? I am gonna watch
Not
this.
because of Bobby Lashley though.
No. But I am gonna watch this when it comes out in Botchamania. Not.
I just hope that
I'm gonna go do a bathroom break.
I just hope that they don't blame Bobby Lashley for any of Goldberg's shortcomings. I really hope because he's killing it as champion.
And then your girl, current champion Nikki. Versus Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. I think they didn't have to do a triple threat. I think you're kind of devaluing what Nikki's doing right now. I think they could have stayed. They kept it Nikki versus Charlotte and then have Rhea be next after this feud. Again,
and especially when she's wrestled Charlotte 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
again, I'm not invested in this matchup. I think it's honestly all three women are super talented, but I think it's gonna be a clunky match.
I think
it's gonna be clunky.
I get what they're doing when they're calling her almost a superhero. She's not there yet, but maybe they should explain it more or show it more because she's just looking awkward.
Yeah. And then you got the main event, the big dog versus John Cena, which I am invested in. I am interested to see this match, but for some odd reason, the hype isn't there for me. I feel like I should be more hyped about this match.
Check your blood pressure. Is your heart even pumping?
It
not
must
hyped for
not.
this, man.
Like, look, I know
anything Roman Reigns does, you gotta get hyped for.
But let's keep it real. We're gonna see the same moveset from both guys. We're gonna see some spears. We're gonna see some Superman punches.
Yes,
and then on Cena's end, he's gonna do the stupid 5-knuckle shuffle. He's gonna do a couple of fake finishes with his attitude adjustment. So I don't think it's gonna be a special match. I'm not. I really do think it's gonna be one of the matches you're gonna just see listed in the category. It's not gonna be a highlight match.
Okay,
it's not gonna be special. I'm not gonna see highlights on social media about this match.
So Cena's back full time,
supposedly,
but he's back. Do you see him going over now that he's back?
Dude, that'll be. As long as
he's back, he's not like part time. He's back.
I'm fine with Cena.
Peacemaker is already filmed in the can, so he has no obligations for filming. I think
I'm perfectly fine with them.
Summer Cena
having Cena take it as long as it doesn't ruin the end picture, which is Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Do it however you want it, but I better get champion Roman versus The Rock to see who really is the head of the table. I don't care how you do the middle. I'm fine with Cena getting this pin and then having Roman become even stronger by defeating Cena. I don't care. But you better not mess up Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. They better not mess up. If they drop the ball on that, I might not watch him for a whole year, bro.
Big dog. He better win. That's all I'm saying. Also, too, got on the 22nd, it's a Sunday, NXT TakeOver. Samoa Joe's going to take on Karrion Kross, which should be Karrion Kross losing and stay on the roster, right?
Yeah.
NXT, man. Ooh, I heard the dirt sheets. It's ugly there.
Yeah,
that they're blaming Triple H for that.
It comes from it was once a very hot spot to one of the coolest spots now.
Yeah, that's a whole different Dirt Sheet episode right there. So SummerSlam this Saturday, 21st, live on the Peacock Network. If you watch it, we'll have a recap review show next weekend. It's on a Saturday this time. So
we'll be able to recap it
I like
next
it.
week.
Finally Saturdays, I think. So
wrestling works better for me on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I don't understand this Sunday concept. Sunday, I can't drink. I get ready for work, bro.
So
Saturday, dude, I can best out all day, dog.
That's it for this week's show. Thank you all for tuning in. Big thank you to Foxhound Fuel and Wildbar. Again, go to foxhoundfuel.com. Enter promo code 5MMA for 15% off your 25% off your order. Foxhoundfuel.com 5MMA for 25% off your order. Get your hands on their pre-workout, their during workout, or post-workout recovery. Use promo code 5MMA. And a big thank you to Wildbar. Go to wildbar.co. Use promo code 5ROUNDMMA15 for 15% off your order. Get your hands on. They have 3 great flavors: cherry, pineapple, and berry. Nutrition dense bars, great tasting. That's wildbar.co. 5-round MMA 15 for 15% off your order. And a big thank you all for tuning in this week, whether it be on audio format. Again, wherever you get your audio podcasts, we're available. Or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, turn on notifications. Go to 5roundmma.com. You can get to read Albert's progression using Foxhound Fuel. We'll probably do another one in a couple months again, see where you're at.
Yeah.
We'll update it.
Hopefully better.
Yeah. And again, keep up to date with us on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at 5-round MMA. It's FIVE round MMA. Thank you so much for tuning in. Albert, what do you got?
I just want to say, hook your brothers up, bro. Give us some 5 stars. Give us some likes. Just hook us up, bro. I know. There's tons of you guys out there that haven't even hit that like button.
I know.
Don't be like that, bro. Don't be that guy.
Maybe we have to do some hot takes, man, because we have some hot takes. Especially if we're wrong, tell me we're wrong.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Yeah, just be nice about it.
All right, thank you.
See you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning in.